Alright guys, so me and Colton made a little road trip for the '05 and we picked up a front bumper. I've been wanting a sport bumper for a long time for one of these trucks. Some may call it the Laramie bumper, but if you will notice, this is a Laramie and it does not have the Laramie bumper. Alright, so basically I picked up a new bumper for it and let's go and look at it. But I think it's considered a Laramie bumper in the '06 to '09 trucks because, like I said, this is a Laramie, has the normal bumper, but the sport bumpers are different. And it is red, so we're going to start sanding on this thing so I can get it painted and put on here. But I am pretty psyched about it because I've been wanting one for a long time. Alright guys, so this is your first look at the new sport bumper that me and Colton went and picked up. We've got it pretty well, I don't know, we're working on prepping it. The guys that I have paint, or all of us have paint most of our stuff, gave me a pretty good price if I did all the work to get it ready. And obviously it's red, so it won't work to just bolt right up. And we took some 220 to it and got it good and scuffed and, I don't know, down to plastic in some spots. It had some spider webs that had to come out. So at first I thought this piece was separate and this was just a separate valance, but this is molded into the bumper. So we're just going to leave that alone. And we are going to tape this off and then going to high build primer this and then work on sanding it and back down. You can see that these are two of the main flaws in this bumper, which it's not bad at all. For $100, can't really beat it. New online, they are about $350 from what I could find. So yeah, and the shell is sitting down here. So we got the whole shell and we got the cover as well. So pretty good buy for a Tuesday afternoon. We're going to keep working on getting this thing ready so we can get this thing back to the paint shop. What is up? We are back with somewhat of the finished product and it is now ready to go to Beardy's for paint. It turned out really good. We did put some Bondo in a few spots to try and fill in some nicks and stuff. This is the only one that really stayed visible right there, but the rest of them filled in very well. There was a few down here that were pretty visible and ended up turning out really good. We are letting it dry right now. It's got a decent amount of high build still on it. And yeah, hopefully I can get this thing dropped off tomorrow and they will get some paint on it and we will see about getting it on the frame after I get it power washed and painted and on the truck. While the bumper's off, we're probably going to be adjusting the headlights and getting that straightened away too, so I don't scratch up right here whenever I have to stick the extension through there. And I scratched up the old bumper doing it like that, so probably going to make sure I don't do that this time. And then swap all the plastics over and the fog lights. But we will see you guys tomorrow whenever we go drop these off. And take a look. I got the first gen. I'm sure you guys can see it over here. This is a paintable grill that I ordered. You can see there's no inserts, no badge or anything. I don't need any of that because I can take it off my old grill. The goal here is we're going to paint this thing white or have it color matched to PW7 white, and then we're going to put our chrome grill inserts in here and our Dodge emblem or whatever up there and call it good and put that on the front of the '05, and our front end will be all wrapped up and it's going to look absolutely killer. And then another thing for you guys to notice, I don't know if you can see the frame better now, or you're realizing it's got some more surface rust on it than it did in the past videos, but that's because I degreased and power washed the absolute heck out of this thing. I couldn't get all the stuff off the side, but I soaked that good. I didn't scrub the tank because I really wasn't worried about it. Nobody's going to see that, and it's in fine condition. This won't be a show truck, but yeah, we're going to probably wire wheel some of the frame. Definitely not doing all the frame because it's not like these trucks' frames are known to rust through, and where we're at, it's not going to get any worse at all. But we'll probably wire wheel the axle and stuff so we can get it painted up nice and then, you know, just clean up the usual stuff. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys the front end so far, progress of the '05. This is all going to be in one video. So we picked up the bumper. I'll disclose all the info on that. We picked it up for $100. No cracks, nothing. It wasn't perfect, but the cover alone on eBay is $350, and then we had to pay $300 to get it painted. So I mean that's steep, but for really good paint, I know I'm gonna have to fork over the money, and I want it to be good. So we are $400 into that bumper, and we would have been into it $650 if I would have bought the cover itself and then had it painted, and then I would have had to buy new brackets because based off what other people say, those covers don't fit directly over the normal bumpers on the 03, 05. So that's something to take note of. So I got the whole bumper for $100, and then yeah, so we saved some big money there, and I'm very happy about that. Picked up this grill, it's like $60 on eBay, and we're gonna paint that thing and get that on, and it should be coming together really good. So until, I don't know, we'll get back with you whenever we get the grill painted and then start putting it on the 05. But I don't have any progress for you besides that. So yeah, till maybe tomorrow we'll get that thing painted. All right, guys, it is Monday night. We've got a lot of progress done today. You can see the old grill is out, the inserts are off and whatnot, and the new grill is here and painted. I mean, it looks pretty dang slick. Logan laid it down on this today too, which he's the one that sprayed all the primer and stuff on the bumper. But we ended up spraying this ourselves, and it actually looks really good. It's just Duplicolor, and it's in an aerosol can, PW7 with some 2K clear, and that 2K clear is no joke. Like, that's really what brought out all the gloss. You can tell it looks really good. So that's the update on the grill, and hopefully we'll have this front end assembled, but we can't leave anything alone, and I'm gonna let that thing sit overnight so it dries really good. And all right, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the new 05 front end. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I absolutely love it. Color match is not for everybody. Some people prefer a little bit more chrome or something like that, but I love how this looks, and it looks very mean in my opinion. But look at this thing. Looks pretty awesome in my opinion. But let's get down to the details. This is my sport bumper that is all color matched. And this is my new grill that I bought, and we painted it at the house. It looks actually, I mean, it's a rattle can job, and it is amazing. You get up on this thing, I mean, the clarity is pretty freaking good. We put some really nice clear coat on it. It matches well. I'm just happy with it. We took the old inserts out of the old grill and put them in here, and I feel like that was the correct decision. It looks, I mean, I'm just in love right now. Some of you guys are tow mirror fanatics. If Dodge made like half ton mirrors that actually looked good for a third gen, I would have them. If you guys know of like a Chevy, like around 05 or 06 LBZs and LLYs and stuff, a lot of guys run the smaller mirrors on street trucks and not the tow mirrors, and I think that looks way, way better. And if Dodge did the same thing, I would absolutely have them, because right now, I don't know, it just looks a little odd, but it's definitely a better looking front end in my opinion. Like I said, some people like the chrome accents, but and I do too. There's nothing wrong with chrome, but I feel like this looks pretty cool, and I am very, very happy with how it turned out. All the parts that I got, which I bought this off Marketplace, bought the grill off eBay, and the inserts were out of my old grill. So really, eBay and Amazon will have everything you need as long as you can still order it. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, which is not very good. It's getting late. These welds need a polish. Holy cow. I've got gold welds over here, which they don't look bad. Some of you guys would leave them alone, but for me, I cannot handle it. So another thing I'd like to do is get white LEDs in these corners, which I don't really know how to do that. The corners aren't wired up right now because they'd be amber. Yeah, people yelling at me. But anyway, I would like to get new mirrors, or not new mirrors, the new light in the mirror. And if it was white, that'd be pretty cool because I've got no other option for a mirror. But yeah, that is the new look of the 05, and I'm probably done messing with it. As for looks for now, I don't really need to change anything else. I guess that's not true. I have drop shackles. They will be here Friday, and then and my lights shut off. They timed out. But drop shackles will be here, and we'll drop this bad boy down a little bit farther and see where we're at. I would love to see if I could stick the overload back in. That would be awesome. Hopefully that theoretically it's about an inch higher in the rear. Drop shackles will drop it 2 inches. So we'll drop an inch, and maybe it'll be an inch too low, and then hopefully maybe the overload will only be 1 inch. I think it's about 1.5 is the problem. So if that's the case, I'll take them out and we'll figure something else out. Either way, it's gonna have bags. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, the 05 is coming along very nicely, and I'm pretty pumped about it. So I'm gonna go. All right, so our next mission here is to get our emblem on. I didn't keep you guys along for putting the inserts or anything in. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's just screws. But I had to get this off my old grill. And with that being said, it needs to be stuck back on. So we're going to try some of this stuff. It's 3M plastic emblem and trim adhesive. See if it'll focus. Come on, baby. I don't know why this thing doesn't focus. Anyway, we're going to try and put some of that on the back of the emblem and stick it to our grill, because I'm not sure what other way to do it. I need to look at my other grill and see what's on there, but it's some sort of adhesive. I was thinking about the 3M double-sided stuff, but we're going to try this, and hopefully it sticks. I will let you guys know how it goes, so if you need to do something similar in the future, you can pick this stuff up. So we're going to try and put this on. All right, so we got this bad boy on. It's really what you're supposed to do is apply it to the back of the emblem, stick it on, and put like painter's tape or masking tape over it to hold it down for about 30 minutes, and then it should be good. But yeah, I don't know, I don't have any, so I held it on there for about 5 minutes. It's probably going to cure just fine. One thing is, whenever you open that thing up, holy cow, is that crap potent. It is very, very strong. I don't even know what to compare it to, but yeah, it's very strong. So I think what we're going to do now, which the truck was clean. I literally washed it an hour, or I don't even know, a couple hours ago when I was in town. And I mean, you can see it's not clean now. Go figure, it happens pretty fast. I always complain about it, but it is what it is. But I think I am going to take the flares off. I'm not a flare guy at all. Never have been, never will be. But for the look that the truck is now, I feel like the flares don't look good. And yeah, so I think the flares are gonna come off, and we're just gonna live with the ugly paint that's under it and the lines in the paint. I would like to find some new fenders and a new bed, but it is what it is. There's no rust up here. On this back panel, there is a small bubble, and it really, really makes me mad. So I'm just gonna have to ignore it. But the bad part about it is I can't really get to any of them with the impact without trying to jack up the truck some and let the axle hang. So I'm trying to jack this thing up to where I can get the impact on them. Otherwise, this is going to be miserable. Yeah, let's go ahead and hop to it. All right, so we got the flares off. Let me set this down. We got the flares off, and I do admit that I like it better. The flares, they didn't look bad with BFGs, and the truck lifted up a little bit. But with the way it sits now, I feel like it looks way better without the flares. Unfortunately, the paint is not perfect under the flares, and that's just, it is what it is, I guess. You can see right here, it's pretty rough. You can see some of the lines that the flares left. And then down here, it's cracked pretty good, or the paint's cracked. And then back here is the main source of the issue. This is why I would like a new box or bed, whatever you want to call it. And then the paint's rubbed through pretty good, which this I can fix, no problem. I've done it a lot before. But this I cannot fix. I might just take this truck to Beardy's and have them put a patch panel in it and fix it. But I would like to just buy a whole new bed and be done with it. That's unfortunately one of the big things with these year Dodge trucks. Beardy's was telling me they keep those patch panels in stock. They do them so often. So that's a thought for that. And then I'll show you guys this other side because it's also, I mean, none of it's good. This has been here for a long time. Apparently the paint came off with whatever glue they put on to put this Cummins C on it. But that would need fixed. So I'd really like to just buy new fenders and take this thing to Beardy's to have that rust fixed. And that's the only spot. The rest of the truck is absolutely flawless whenever it comes to rust. There is no rust on this thing. But I don't want to take the fenders to get repainted because you can tell this white and this white is just a very, very tad lighter than this because, I mean, this is a lot older paint. And you can tell that fresh PW7 is a little bit brighter and pops a little bit more than the old PW7, which whenever I buff this truck, it will match a little bit better for sure. But it would stick out like a sore thumb in my opinion. So if I could get some new fenders, that would be awesome. But because this one's a little funky too. If you notice here, the gap is a little bit bigger right there than it is on the other side. And you got some small chips. This truck is by no means perfect. And I will never claim that it's perfect because I've seen some third gens that are absolutely flawless, and this is not one of them. It looks good enough for me. I really just want it to run like a freaking animal. That's what I care more about. Having it look this good is a plus, and it definitely does the job for me. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy looking at it as well. But I am also extremely picky, so it's never going to be perfect for me. I would like it to be better, but it is what it is. Like I said, there's not a lot I can do about it unless I would want to have the whole truck repainted, and I would have all this stuff repainted with it probably because I'm too picky. I'm also going to look into to see if the fourth gen non-tow mirrors, like my grandpa's fourth gen, they're not a half-ton mirror, but they're not a tow mirror. There's a little bit of difference between the two, but it's like his truck came factory with a mirror that's not a tow mirror. They look better than the third gen half-ton mirrors, so I'm going to see if they will bolt up to this truck because whenever I drop this truck down even lower in the back with the drop shackles and get it all where I want it, it's going to look really low and more like a street truck. The tow mirrors just don't fit. Like I said earlier, I wish Dodge had an option like Chevy did, and I can throw up a picture of a few trucks with shit that are Chevys that have the normal half-ton mirrors or whatever on the Duramaxes and street trucks, and let me tell you, they look way better than those Chevy tow mirrors. There's nothing wrong with Chevy tow mirrors, but they don't look that great, in my opinion, on trucks that aren't lifted. The leveled ones and reverse leveled ones just don't look very good with them. So that's kind of the route I would like to go with these, and I could sell these very easily. These are very nice mirrors, were done professionally, paint-wise and everything, so they would be good for somebody. But that's only if I figure out something else. Also, need to throw this in. This bumper is in good shape. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The paint, I guess I shouldn't say that there's nothing wrong. The paint's not perfect. There's some chips. But if somebody had a really bent up truck or bought a truck and the bumper was bent up, this would be a very good candidate for you. If you're local, I'm in Lamar, Missouri. You can come pick it up. I'm going to want some money for it, obviously. I mean, $100, $150 somewhere. I would rather I posted it for 150, so that's really what I'd like to have out of it. But if somebody would just come get it out of my way, that would be great. And yeah, that's probably going to do it for tonight. I absolutely love looking at this truck. I think it looks awesome with the new front end and everything. With the flares off, I definitely think it looks better. But like I showed you, there is some minor stuff to fix. And that's just it is what it is with an old truck like this. It's hard to believe it, but this truck is now like 15 years old, something like that. I'm not very good at math, but I think 15 years old. And it's really weird to think that, but for what it is, it's in really good shape, and I do plan on to improve the looks. But as for now, I'm very happy with how it looks. I'll get some of this minor stuff fixed up. Probably color match the paint or color match the door handles as well, because they kind of stick out like a sore thumb now. But I mean, really, I'm looking to do performance stuff next. So whenever I am ready and my freaking wallet can afford a transmission, this thing's gonna get a transmission, and then we're gonna do other stuff like or the other preventative stuff. So all the valve train and things like that. Then we'll finally get our Finley Precision Induction second gen swap going on. It won't be a kit built by Duncan, but the air for it is going to be all him. And I'm going to talk to Brad about a few things about traction bars as well. So we're going to get all that lined out. But I mean, we got a lot of stuff coming for the O5. We got a lot of power we want to make. But this is kind of a neat little, I don't know, video over making it look better, which we were successful. So till next time, we will see you guys, and we will be right here on the Old School Crew for another good one. So see you guys.